Catch up with the latest weather update. Carol is here. I've got quite a long way to get to you, Carol.
You're going to have to run, Joanna.
I won't do that. That would be ungainly and embarrassing.
You did it so beautifully.
What's happening with the weather?
Well, I want to explain to you why the weather has been so up and down this week, because that's a question I'm being asked a lot, and a lot of it has to do with the jet stream. We talk quite often about the jet stream. It's a ribbon of fast-moving air, 30,000 feet up in the atmosphere, roughly where planes fly. And as we're always saying, it will help you get back from America faster in a plane than it helps you get there. Now, you can see how it's undulating at the moment. Basically, the jet stream is the boundary layer between cold and warm air, and the bigger the differential in the temperature, the stronger the jet stream. We were talking about this a couple of weeks ago when we were relating to the snow that they had in the eastern seaboard of America. So there we've got that, and you can see some big kinks in that jet stream, so that shows that it is very mobile. And what you find in kinks like that we've got low pressure forming in there, so they've been rattling across our shores, and then we've got a kink going the other direction. We'll have high pressure coming in as well, so it is very mobile, and it's had an impact on the temperature. So you can see the blues earlier this week being replaced now by the milder yellows coming in. And what is also happening here is depends on the direction of the wind. So for example, we've got low pressure dominating our weather today. The wind around that's coming up from the southwest. That's a mild direction. It's coming straight up from the Atlantic, from the Azores, but it's also dragging in a lot of cloud. So I hope I've made that simplistic
You have
enough.
basically what it's going to just continue being changeable for the foreseeable.
For the next wee while, yes. Right into the weekend it's going to be changeable, and even into next week it's looking quite changeable as well. Well
Plays havoc with what to wear, doesn't it? As we've said before.
The temperature is
never work
up
it
and
out.
down like nobody's business.
Thank you.
But thank you. Today though, it is fairly cloudy. In fact, we've got some beautiful pictures sent in by our weather watchers. This is one of them of London earlier on today, and it's pretty standard for what it's like across many parts of the UK, although we do have some rain around. But as I was just mentioning to Joanna there, it's milder. That milder air now filtering steadily northwards, usurping the cold air that some of us had already this morning, but it's not yet across Scotland and the far north of England. What's been happening is we've had one weather front that's gone through, taking its rain with it, milder air following on from that. We've got a second one as well, which is also introducing some rain. The rain not particularly heavy. It's later we'll see some heavier rain coming in from the Atlantic. It's also breezy, as you can tell just by looking at the spacing on those isobars. So a lot of cloud around this morning. We've got some breaks likely. Might see some across eastern parts of England, for example, across the Midlands, down towards Kent, the east of Northern Ireland. But there is some dribs and drabs of rain or showers, with the heaviest rain in the north. So even into the afternoon, you can see we've got some showers across Wales and southwest England, a lot of cloud around. A lot of cloud generally across southern counties of England and into East Anglia, the Midlands, heading into Northern England too. We also have the rain across Northern England moving from the west towards the east. Showers for Northern Ireland, a lot of cloud. Best chance of a break will be in the east, and then all this rain moving steadily eastwards across Scotland. But look at the difference in the temperatures between west and northeast. It's only 2 this afternoon in the Northern Isles. But eventually that milder air will get into the Northern Isles. Front goes through, taking its rain with it, leaving tonight cloudy and damp. But then a coherent band of rain comes in across western Scotland and Northern Ireland in the shape of another weather front, and the wind will start to strengthen. So it's not going to be a particularly cold night in prospect. Now that leads us nicely into tomorrow morning. You can see it's not going to be a cold start to the day tomorrow, and tomorrow once again will start on a cloudy note with some drizzle and also some showers around. Meanwhile, our band of rain across Scotland and Northern England will also move through Northern Ireland, heading southwards slowly. That is cause for concern. It may lead to some localised flooding issues across southwest Scotland, some heavy rain too for a time across Cumbria, for example. Now ahead of it, still a lot of cloud. It's going to be a windy day wherever you are, but it still is going to be relatively mild as well. However, if we move to the other side of this weather front, you can see it is still going to be cold enough for some snow on the hills.